Hey, here we are. How we doing? What are we brought to you by this morning, Lainey? You started up? What are we brought to you by this morning? Huh? Umert. True Moo, huh? Oh, yeah. Ooh, I like this song. This is a good Duran song. Even though it's not early Duran, 90s Duran. All right, what do you want to talk about, Lainey? Lainey's here today. Lainey has, what? Good to see everybody. Jennifer, Tyler, good morning to everybody out there on Drop Off Line Sports. Across the globe. Jennifer wants to know, Lainey, did you order the snow? No. Jeff Seltzer says, NDOT and Weather Peeps nailed it again. There are people sliding all over the joint today. I've noticed that too. I hope if you're out there going to work, which I'm sure you are, you're getting there because everybody's sliding everywhere. Everywhere. All right, get up here and sit. Don't turn. What do you want to talk about, Lainey?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't have anything in mind? Cats, chocolate chip cookies, chocolate milk, Jaggers, French fries. What?
That's mine. This is mine.
That's mine, huh?
That was yours.
Good morning, Dwayne. Good morning, Matt.
This is my wallet. It's my wallet.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Last night we played basketball. I get home about, 10:30 or so. It's 36 degrees. It's snowing, but it's not that big of a deal. I get up this morning to this damn ice rink. Oh, darn it. Darn ice rink. Hey, for those of you that came out yesterday to Lockmiller's Pub and Eatery, that was awesome. Coors Light, awesome. Thank you. The shop in Broad Ripple. I was going to bring the shirt today, and I completely forgot to pack it. That's my bad. The JMV Sucks t-shirt is awesome, by the way. The new ones that are in St. Patrick's Day green, fantastic. All right, what do you want to talk about? Butler tonight? Does Butler need a win? Is Butler in the tournament, or is Butler right now on the outside looking in? And a lot of these bubble teams are just like Arizona State being one. But there are a couple that are making a run. Does Butler need a win later on tonight? I would suggest it'd be very nice if Butler got a win later on tonight. What say you, Lainey? They can only see your arm and hand here. There's really not much to it.
No.
This is kind of like some Janie thing in the morning without the puppet. You're like Gilroy without the puppet on Janie in the morning. Well before your time right there. What else we talking about here this morning? Gary Hudson's watching this morning. Gary, good morning. Jeremy Gold is on board. Jeff Diamond's going to join me later on today. Do you guys spin the dial, lady, and game is fair and young. You're always landing on Willie's Roadhouse. That's awesome. I love Fair and Young. He's no longer with us. You like this? Why do you always land on 59, Willie's Roadhouse? Janie and Cowboy Bob. Hey, sorry about that.
We had a phone call.
That's my wife calling. My wife is doing something over at Southport High School, and there's a train in the middle of the tracks. Can you guys, anybody on the south side, help me out here? There's a train somewhere in the middle of the tracks that is kind of blocked off everything from, I think, around Banta all the way up. I think she had to go all the way up to Hannah around Indy and come back down on Madison. And then she's on Madison right now. There's a huge wreck. It's complete foobar. And it was my wife, Colleen. I got to answer it. See, here's why. And guys, you understand this, right? So I'm at Speedway getting a cup of coffee and the True Moo, the unofficial sponsor of Drop Off Line Sports every morning. I was getting this morning, and my wife, Christy, calls. And Lainey was playing a game, and I get in the truck, and Lainey said, No! It's not a big deal. All right, you kind of get what happened. And I said, we've got to answer the phone when people call, especially when it's out of the ordinary, because it might be an emergency. So anyway, I had to answer the phone right there because I had just shown Lainey what you should do. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's why I did that. Good morning, Scott. What do you think, Jennifer? Do I need an iPad for Drop Off Line Sports? I have an iPad. Can I use it? We might get an iPad. I'm sorry. I think I just flung chocolate milk out of my mouth accidentally. Anyway, that's what we did. Eric says this. 27 years ago today, New Jack City premiered. I loved New Jack City. Hey, yesterday, a couple of anniversaries. One was, I think, what is the greatest David Bowie song of all time? Young American. That debuted in 1975. Hold on. I got one more quick thing. And in 1989, yesterday, Milli Vanilli's Girl You Know It's True debuted. And we all know what happened to Milli Vanilli.
We're going to play Spin the Dial again.
Laney wants to play Spin the Dial. You get it? Ready? Yep. Listen, I answer the phone. Now, I will say this. My wife doesn't answer the phone when I call. Seriously. She doesn't, and she knows it. But I answer the phone for wife, kids, grandmas. Every time. Every time. You like that, don't you? George Jones? We like George Jones. Christopher Daniels asked this, are you going to any of the boys' regional basketball games? Well, that is, isn't it? Yeah, you know what I think, Christopher? I'm going to go down to Martinsville and watch Bloomfield play Tennessee, I think, because my friend Jamie Hudson's the head coach of the Cardinals. And good luck to the Cardinals coming up on Saturday. I'm going to watch Tennessee and Bloomfield, I think, on Saturday. It's already sold out down in Seymour, obviously, for that regional. Let me tell you this about New Albany. J.R. Holmes is going to, I guarantee this, is going to have something for New Albany coming up on Saturday. J.R. Holmes of Bloomington South, that is going to be good. Bobby Carter, Blame It on the Rain's a heck of a song. You're absolutely right. You know what? Am I right about this? I mean, what was I, 19 whenever Milli Vanilli came out? I never really cared that they lip-synced. I didn't like the music. I don't really give a crap who sang it. Seriously. I know that they won an award and it's fraud or whatever, but at the end of it all, I just want to be entertained. And Girl, You Know It's True, and Blame It on the Rain, and Don't Forget My Number, and Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You. I was entertained by that stuff. I just want to be entertained, right? I mean, I know you can't win a Grammy Award with something that you lip-synced and somebody else sang and lie about it, but, yeah, just... who cares? I was entertained by Milli Vanilli. I was entertained by Milli Vanilli. Go BHS. It's Bloomfield High School Cardinals right there, Scott. Go, Scott. Does IUPI make it into the tourney play this year? Yeah. I don't know. What the state of Indiana is going to get? Just 2, right? I mean, I guess they could conceivably still squeeze out. I mean, Ball State still has a chance to get in, right? By winning the MAC. Notre Dame is still alive, but it's probably just going to be Purdue and Butler, is it not?
Here.
Oh, whoa! Hold on. Very good. Little known song right here, you guys. Can you identify this song?
Gold.
And good morning to everybody. Yeah, it's called Gold. Okay, Lainey, tell them who sings this. Get in front of the camera here. This is
Spanday Ballot.
Spanday Ballot. Did you just say that? You are from Southern Indiana, aren't you? Spanday Ballot. Spandau Ballet had more than just one song that was true, remember? This is Gold. This was their follow-up to True Gold. And everybody often forgets about it. I like this song. And there are kids like walking around over there. John Martin says John Beilein is the most underrated coach in the game right now. Started the season with point guard issues, and now he has a role, and there's no doubt about that. I think if I'm going to have any coach, if you're going to take any basketball coach in the country and college, who would you want? Any college coach right now. John Beilein? I think most people out there probably would go with John Beilein. If you have, listen, he doesn't have great talent, doesn't have bad talent. He's got middle-of-the-road talent, and he's got a guy in Wagner that has a great deal of skill. But I think you probably would take John Beilein if you're going to pick any coach out there to coach your team, or if you think the best coach in college basketball. Beilein. Pete says Holtman. A lot of people might say Holtman after this first year at Ohio State. Yes? At the window down to you this morning? Doug Hall wants to know if the Pacers hit a bit of a wall. They have. They hit more than that last night. They hit a buzzsaw. If you watch Utah play, Utah shot it 55% from the floor for the game, and that's what they've been doing over the past 17 games. So they hit more than a wall. They hit a buzzsaw in Utah, and there's always something that kind of undermines the Pacer effort, and you saw it last night. Up until, I think, a final 3 that they made late that really didn't have any bearing on the game, they shot 3-pointers at a 9% clip. And here's part of it too, is teams are making Oladipo get rid of the ball. They're not letting him shoot anymore. They're making him get rid of the ball, which means other guys have to shoot it, have to make it, and you got to get it more consistent. And Bojan has been good. They don't have a great deal of consistency. Like Miles had a good offensive game last night, but he had 5 and 5 the game before. You just got to get more consistent. You got to you got to react here to what teams are doing defensively to Oladipo. I don't think it's more that they've hit a wall, honestly, Doug. I think it's more that teams are making Oladipo make a decision in passing it, and it's just not working out for the Pacers because nobody else consistently, and I mean consistently, is stepping up with it right now. But last night they shot 13%, I think, from 3. It was pretty bad. But Utah shot at 55% for the game. The Pacers out-rebounded Utah, but there just weren't a lot of rebounds to be had because Utah hit their shots and looked really good, yeah. Lisa wants to know, Laney, what the update is on the cat. Stand up here really quick. Tell her what the update is on the cat. Get on camera.
The update on the cat is I do not know.
She does not know, which in terms of 8-year-old translation means Dad is not going to let her get one right now. That's bad, mean. Jeremy Goat says, give me Archie Miller. I'm telling you, I don't know what Archie Miller is just yet, but we know what John Beilein is, I think. We pretty much discovered what Chris Holtman. I mean, Chris Holtman with those Butler teams and then what he did at Ohio State this year was pretty amazing. But I think most would probably say, give me Beilein each and every time. Man, you like yourself some Willie's Roadhouse. You like Gene Watson? Jeremy Goat and I probably heard this a lot back in the day. Hey, Laney, Jeff Seltzer says get a fish.
No! I'm scared of fish.
All right. Corey wants to know, when do you plan on having Venturi back? He'll be back, I think, at the start of free agency next week. Free agency starts the 14th. They can unofficially sniff around on Monday, so he'll be on some point next week, and we'll talk about the Colts and free agency. I was talking about this a little bit earlier. Jeff Diamond is going to join us today in the 5 o'clock hour. Jeff is a former NFL Executive of the Year, and I'm going to ask him, because there is such right now a discussion on wide receivers and how much to pay them and the red flags, like red flags on Allen Robinson or Sammy Watkins. I'm going to ask him what truly he thinks would be overpaying some of these wide receivers and the route the Colts should take. Should they go a little maybe mid-level guy as opposed to going for these high dollar type of guys? Laney wants thumbs, by the way, too. But Venturi, I think, is on to answer your question, Corey, next week. What we got here? Culture Club, do you really want to hurt me? Ooh! I like that. Kool in the game. Bob Chambers says, can we get a guy from the Pacers who does an in-depth convo like Venturi does? That's tough because there's just not a lot of guys like Venturi. What you need is a guy like Dan Berg, Bill Bano, somebody like that. And they're coaching, so they're not available. I don't know if there's anybody around here that can do it as in-depth in basketball as Venturi does in football. Everything's going to be all right. This is your night tonight. Everything's going to be all right. All right, does Butler need a win today? Seton Hall later on tonight. Does Butler need a win to make sure that they're in? What else are we talking about? We'll talk about the Pacers that lost to Utah. I'll get a little bit more in-depth on why they lost and where they are. They get Atlanta coming up on Friday. Hey, by the way, Friday, I'm at the Stack Pickle in Plainfield with Coors Light. I've got tickets to the Hawks-Pacers game and more coming up for you. J.D. Waldrop, good morning to you. Matt Weaver, good morning to you. Jim Abel says if the Irish and top Duke tonight in the ACC, if they beat Duke tonight, they're in. That's what they pretty much have to do. You beat Duke tonight and you're in, right? So you saw a lot of them. You wonder about Oklahoma State. Man, you just like 59, don't you? I like it. Man, that was a nice comeback by the Fighting Irish last night. Bob Chambers says IndyCar race in St. Petersburg this weekend. That is the season opener. There's no doubt. What's this person doing right here? You know what? Everybody kind of drives by and they're like looking, what are these clowns doing talking to their phone? It's pretty funny. We get a good laugh out of it, don't we, lady? All right. Later on today, Hey, watch out on my Twitter account because I'm going to have some Jason Aldean tickets for you. I've got some ZZ Top and John Fogerty tickets for you and the Pretenders later on today. Hug me. Yeah, the Pitchfork M. Gert, you're right. Ichiro is back with the Mariners. This is more of the longer term. This is even before the Griffey Jr. Mariners right here. This was like the Lynn Randall, Glenn Abbott, Richie Zisk Mariners logo. Hi, how are you? See, she says, man, what are you doing over there? Good morning, Darnell. You're looking for a what? Tissue? All right, hold on. I got it. Get off camera if you're going to blow your nose. We don't need to see that. All right. Timothy Perry says it's drop-off line sports. Tell him to keep driving. Good call. All right. Got to run here. Stack Pickle tomorrow. In studio later on today. Going to have a lot of stuff for you. 5 o'clock hour. Jeff Diamond, former NFL Executive of the Year. You're not going to want to miss his breakdown on free agents, who he likes, who he doesn't like, and who, at least for the value, the Colts should be looking at. Right? Did you blow your nose? Huh? God, True Moo's good. I wonder if they sponsor us yet. We don't have a chocolate milk sponsor, Lenny. Hope everybody got to, I know, Culture Club's rolling. Jeff says, hold on, I'm listening to Culture Club. I don't like Janie's Got a Gun by Aerosmith. I'm sorry, I don't. All right. Dan, good morning to you. Oh, Grease. Ooh, that is bad. Don't come back on camera again. I'm going to have to work on that. All right. Yeah, I love this song. Hey, can you come over here for a minute? Hey, let's just go ahead and go. Hey, you guys have a great day. What's up, Dan? Jeff, thank you guys for watching Drop Off Line. I'll answer your questions coming up in a minute. I'm sorry, but you were right. I told you got to do that before you go in there, okay? Woo! We're not going to bring the diva back on camera this morning. Yeah, darn it. You know what? I don't want to go yet because I so love the song. You want some, let me crank it up. Some George McCrae. Take me in your arms, rock me, baby. Mama, take me in your arms, rock me, baby. Guys, have a great day. Drop Off Line Sports every morning between 8:30 and 8:40. I'll talk to you today at 3. Get your shoes out of the way. Love you guys. Be careful.